Yes, I had the privilege this morning of tabling the Bermuda Immigration and Protection Adoption Amendment Act for 2016. The purpose of this tabling is a culmination of the work that has been done by the Immigration Reform Committee. You might be aware or remember that back in March we had some unrest as a result of some of the immigration proposals that came forward at that time. And this Immigration Reform Action Group was formed out of that particular event. What they have done is to fulfill the first part of the agreement that they were tasked to do, and that was to look at adoptions of children to, foreign adoptions when you've got Bermudian status holders, Bermudians, and to make sure that our kids who are adopted, that there is I guess, security for them going forward. What the Immigration Reform Group actually had recommended was that immigration should be up until the age of 18. We had further consultation with them to basically say that while a child is a child until the age of 18, the processes for adoption are a lot longer than sort of instantaneous. So we've made, and they have agreed to make an amendment to effectively say that an adoption must be commenced before the 16th birthday of the child, so that by the time it goes through its normal process, then if it does get to 18, then the child is still eligible for adoption. So that was one thing that we had to come to an agreement with the Immigration Action Reform Group. But we've been able to do that. The next thing that they will be looking at is blended families. So where you've got situations where one sibling has Bermuda status and the other sibling does not. These are the kinds of things that need to be looked at, and that will come as a separate exercise. Subsequent to that, then they will be looking at permanent residency and status. But those are going to be done in tranches, and we will have at each opportunity to bring the information back to the House of Assembly. We will also, at each tranche, have the opportunity to have further public consultation so that the public is really well aware and well apprised as to what's happening in this regard.
With the advancement of this first step, is it a sign of success of moving forward with the rest of the plan?
Well, I think what had happened, if you will recall, back in March, was I believe it might have been just too much one time. And I think that when you take things in bite-sized pieces, we look at the implications and the impact that those individual areas have, then I think we're able to digest them a little bit better. And that's one of the things that we've done. In addition, though, coupled with the looking at immigration, there is, through the Labor Advisory Council, a committee that is being struck to and has been tasked to look at things such as a living wage. And so these are things that are also very, very important. Now, I do understand that in the House of Assembly last week, if not the week before, we approved a motion by the Honourable Member Commission with respect to having a House committee set up for a living wage. That committee actually will meet today to choose a chairman, and then they will start their deliberations. However, from a governmental perspective, it's still our responsibility to fulfill the commitment that was made at the time that the negotiations were had around the settlement for the unrest that we had in March, and to say that there will be, through the Labor Advisory Council, this committee will also be working. So I believe that having a two-pronged approach to tackling a problem that is really a challenge in our community, I think it can only bode well. So we're looking forward to the actions through the Labor Advisory Council, as well as the actions through the committee from the House of Assembly.